Hello, good evening, and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation. I forgot the title. You know what? I actually forgot. Man, I'm so tired. I actually forgot the title of the podcast. How embarrassing is that? Anyways, man, it's just, I don't know, crazy, innit? Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, I don't know how to feel. I genuinely don't know. I don't genuinely know how to feel today. I genuinely don't know how to feel today. Weird. I don't know. Let's get a couple of comments first. 50-50 penalties are a lottery. Just fell short. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Janet. It's kicking the balls though. Yeah. Joe 90 says Rangers rabble are jumped up tyrants. Thought police. Why thought police, mate? What makes them thought police? Let me know, please. Yeah. Good evening, Owen. Not the result we wanted, but let's be positive. It's been a turnaround. There has been a slight turnaround, hasn't it, mate? There has. Gutted, Alan. Yeah, absolutely. I know how to feel. Fucking gutted. VAR is a joke. Cheated, says George. No, it is. It's. It is a weird one, isn't it? It really is. Loads of comments coming in. Loads of comments coming in tonight. To lose like that after lads play their fucking guts out and then some tab and that fuck up in the pocket today. Dessus has to be finished at the club now. Beaton should not officiate another Rangers game. Barred me from expressing my opinion on the say-so of a random. Oh, I didn't know that, mate. Well, look, you're always welcome to express your opinions here. You know what? Like I said, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. I have to say, I listened to the whole game at work. And then obviously watched most of it when I got home from work. But look, it's weird. It's a strange one. I mean, yes, there are a lot of positives to take out of this. There's a lot of positives to take out. There are a lot of positives, an awful lot of positives. A lot of positives. But I think, you look at it overall, and I don't think by any stretch of the imagination that they massively outclassed us. They didn't massively outclass us. We fought back really well. We obviously took the lead. They get 2-1, and then we go back to 2-2, and then it's 3-2 to them. But then Danilo scores. It's 3-3. It really is a real fight back. It really is a real fight back. It really is. And it was good to see us fight back against that. Andrew Leach says, I've tried to defend Dessus, and even when you went at him over the season, but that has to be him finished now. That has to be him finished now. Give nothing and be out. Be number 9. Take a crucial pen. I mean, that's a great point. I will get to that point. I will get to that point. Eventually we're going to talk about that. I do want to talk about that penalty, though. We'll get to that in a minute. We positively were cheated. Our goalkeeper and left back go ahead of a so-called striker. I think there's a lot of rage at this. Excellent tussle, great heart, great tactics, really tried. Gutted with the end result, but we played well and hung in there. We didn't get slaughtered like some predicted, mate. I mean, that's a big one, mate. There was a lot of people, definitely predicting that we were going to get hammered, absolutely smashed. But we didn't get smashed, did we? And that's a big positive. That is a big step forward for us overall in terms of the actual performance. Really was. Look, at the end of the day, I think the big positive is we moved ourselves forward in terms of, in terms of the actual game itself. We've looked better. Overall, and the play today, it was for the first time I think we've actually really genuinely gone toe-to-toe with Celtic. We have not been outplayed by them. We've not been outfought by them, and we actually looked like we could cope with them. And that's a massive positive today. That is a big positive. Now, look, I get the whole point about the fact that, it doesn't matter because we lost at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we lost. That's the worst thing about this. But the biggest thing for me has to be that we went in there and we went toe-to-toe with them and we were not outclassed by them. And that's the biggest thing. I think, on any other given day, that's a game we probably go on to win. We really do genuinely go on to win that game. Look, I mean, I just want to talk to you a little bit about that penalty. Let's talk about that, shall we? Was it a penalty? Let me show you the actual image. We'll get back to your comments in a minute. Stephen Jackson says the team definitely tried, and Clermont is getting some good efforts. Progress is evident. See the season out at least. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that as well. Now, let's just share this image. So here is the image, right? Okay, this is the breakdown. This is the breakdown. This is the actual image, right? Look at that picture, right? So the foul is taking place, okay? So the foul is taking place and it is on the line. It is on the line, right? Therefore, it is a penalty, right? Now, look, you can say that I've got blue tinted glasses on. You can say that I have got, I've got blue tinted glasses on. You can say that I'm a Rangers fan and I'm going to be biased, but by the strict rule of law, that is a penalty because the line is included as part of the box. Now, I think it was 3 weeks ago, I think it was, when Liverpool played Southampton at Southampton, Tyler Dibbling, I think the guy's name is, was fouled by Andy Robertson right on the edge of the box. But it was given as a penalty because his foot was in contact with the line. So by the rule of law, that is a penalty. That is an absolute stone wall penalty. Now you've got to ask two questions. Right, number one is, okay, why did VAR not review that? Why was VAR not reviewing that foul on our player? I think that's Václav Černý, or it could be someone else. But why was it not reviewed by VAR? Okay. The second point on this is, if this had been at the other end, would it have been given as a penalty? I would say yes, because the narrative that is constantly sowed by Celtic and by their fans and by their players is that Rangers get penalties. Rangers, get whatever they want. Rangers get given penalties, get given dodgy penalties. But for me, that is 100% stone wall penalty by the rules of the game. And like I said, there is precedent for that being given. Go and, if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch the Liverpool-Southampton game at St Mary's. Watch the foul on Tyler Dibbling by Andy Robertson. It finishes with his foot on the line of the 18-yard box. Therefore, it is a penalty. Now, if that penalty is given and converted, the game doesn't go to extra time. The game finishes differently. So for me, blatant penalty. Blatant penalty. Yeah, absolute blatant penalty. Right, let's have a look at some comments from you guys. Mark says, just watched the press conference and Clermont questioned a journalist who went all fucking quiet when Clermont asked him. Was it a penalty? Absolutely nothing. Chat, remember who the ref's boss is? Willie Collum. Absolutely. You could see in Ridvan's eyes he wasn't confident. I don't think Ridvan was at all confident taking the penalty, and I don't think he should have been put in that position. Now, I don't know how penalties were decided. I don't know if Philippe Clermont said that these went, right, okay, if the game finishes like this, or however, these are the 5 taking them. What tends to happen in a penalty shootout situation, from my brief coaching experience, is you say who fancies one, who's up for taking one, and 5 people put their hands up, or 6, or whoever, and you pick the best 5 out of those. That's the way it goes. Players stood up and showed bottle. Dessers lost his, not a good look. Schmeichel made a great save. That was the difference today. And VAR and subs not being made 10 minutes earlier. Credit to Rangers. They showed the monkey mob. They ain't all that. I've got to say, fishing for bricks, you're right. We did not get outclassed today. We did not get outplayed today, and I think overall the performance wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was a good performance by the boys. And I think, if you go back 2-3 weeks, and you look at this, in isolation, and you're going to say, well, I'll tell you this. 2-3 weeks ago, if I'd asked you, what's the score going to be in the cup final, you'd have all pretty much said to me, I reckon, Rangers are going to get absolutely hammered. They're going to get taken apart by Celtic. But I'll tell you something, we went toe-to-toe with them today. We did something we've not done in previous Old Firm games, which shows progress on the manager's behalf, which was we actually went and we actually played them. We actually had a go at them, which is a real massive positive. Really is a massive positive. So, that's a difference. And I think it gives us a blueprint going forward. It really does give us a blueprint going forward on how we play them, on on the situation, that we have. I think that is the best policy. It really is, the best policy. It really is to get after them, to attack them, to go for them. Look, we're going to put a poll up in a minute because I want to get your opinions on something. Alan Rogan says Dessa's bottle taking a penalty. He did nothing when he came on. Ridvan should have replaced Chiekte earlier. How is our goalkeeper taking a penalty before our striker? Joke. Looking at the Celtic team today, they may have won, but I must say the vast majority doesn't make it into our team. How we are playing at the moment. Yeah, I agree. They weren't good today, and I honestly, honestly. So the poll. I'm going to put a poll question. Does Clement deserve to see out the season? Okay, yes or no? Start poll. Yeah. Okay. What have we got? Gutted man 4-1 on Hunt. 2-0. Yeah. This is a shitbag. Get rid. Waster next month. It was the ref's fault. It was VAR's fault. It was a penalty. We were cheated. See the pattern there. There's such a lack of confidence and talent that a GK took penalty. That's not progress, says Chris McCafferty. I didn't see the gulf in millions tonight. I didn't see a gulf. I definitely didn't see a gulf. I definitely did not see. On the line means it's a penalty. You are correct with that. Blue Nose Bob, 100% correct with that. Definitely on the line. Where was VAR? I mean, that's the big question. Why was VAR not reviewing that decision? VAR is there to put right clear and obvious errors. That was a clear and obvious error. So I don't get why VAR did not review the channel. Aldo makes a great point. I honestly believe that, we should be bringing in someone from outside, from England or somewhere else to referee. Who's in the VAR room? Just disappointed. Yeah, I feel sorry for Ridvan tonight. He was in tears for that miss. He stepped up and that prick Debtors did not. Because against Celtic, that's why it wasn't. I think Debtors is finished now. Correct, it was a pen. Good evening, Ziggs. How you doing? Seeing progress, that's a positive. Negative comments, I'm missing the point. Rangers played well, were unlucky not to win. Agree. Shameful that a frontline striker did not take a penalty, but there's progress for there to see. Stonewall pen. One that it doesn't require a second look, mate. It's a pen, and VAR should have reviewed it, but not a Stonewaller. Sorry. Okay, fair enough. But I think it was a penalty. 100% a penalty. 100% a penalty. Jiggy says they got green tinted glasses. Absolutely. Guys, look, we are seeing progress, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. We are seeing some progress. And we are moving forward. I mean, if you look at the play today, for me, it was a lot better going forward. There was a lot more bottle, a lot more fight, a lot more heart. There was just a lot more in that game today. I think, to be honest with you, the starting lineup did help. That was a massive, massive boost for me, the lineup today. Joe says he still thinks that Clement is not the man. I think we're going to have that division amongst the supporters. I think a lot of people have said that, I'd said that if Clement didn't win this game, that if he loses to Celtic again, which I know technically we didn't lose, it was a draw, that he's got to go. But it's difficult when you've seen progress. We're seeing a better calibre of play. We're seeing better performances overall from the team. So it's a really tricky one. And that's why I want to get your opinions in that poll on what you think in terms of, does Clement have a future at the club? Is he least entitled to see the season out, at least have another window, is he entitled to that? Is that the situation? Guys, 120 people watching, please obviously smash that sub and obviously like the video as well. It all helps with the channel to grow. Auto says, not me, going to bed soon, he's raging, lol. Steven Aston says, that was 4 versus 1 chance in the first half when we were 1-0, it was criminal. Gaffer record v Celtic is shocking. Lose in January, he has to go. I think that is one thing I have been seeing. I mean, I know social media is not a great place to get an opinion from. I mean, I know social media is a very poisonous place, but looking at social media tonight, there's a lot of people saying that look, he's earned through this improvement some more time. He certainly has. But, at the end of the day, he's earned some more time. He really has perhaps earned a little bit more time in this job. Why has Schmeichel been allowed to come out and shit talk each penalty taker? that's just a standard thing in football, mate. That happens all the time. Bluebell says, highlights of the night aside from our goals, Hadji ripping the piss out of Casper after his penalty. Love that, boy. That has to be a top point, boy, doesn't it? A top point. Ziggs, great game. We were the better team. Just unfortunate to let them back in the game, but they came and they got a fright today. They were expecting a canter. Great performance. Always the mentality. I mean, that's a great point from Ziggs there. I mean, you know, that is a great point. I think today we did give them a bit of a shock. We did give them a bit of a fright. You know, I think they were just expecting to turn up and walk the game today. Absolutely walk it. And genuinely, today, you know, we gave them a game. We actually gave them a game, and we could have easily won that game today. You know, with a bit more luck, with a bit less of some sloppy defending, less of the stupid mistakes we made, we probably go on to win the game. We need something to do. Yeah, well, that's a bad one. I don't agree that Raskin let us down, Stuart, if I'm being honest with you, mate. I think he played well today. I really do. Considering we played a huge match on Thursday, we gave a great effort. Correct, Stephen? Give him till January, says Aldo. I think that's a common feeling. As I said earlier, we fought hard today and didn't get totally annihilated like most of us were expecting, to be honest. I think that's you know, yeah. One win at Ross County and a draw at Tottenham Hotspur is not turning the corner. Okay, fair enough. Like I said, there is a difference of opinion, I think, on this one. I mean, let's change the poll question a little bit. Okay, let's change the poll question. Because I think there's some people saying that poll's not clear in terms of that. Let's change this poll question a little bit. So the poll company deserve the season. I'm going to change that slightly. Okay, let me just change that. Now, let's get a different poll question going for you guys to get involved. I'd like to get you guys involved. Let's have a look. So let's close this poll. Let's launch a new one. Okay, so here's the new poll, guys. So the new poll is going to be this question. Okay, so start a poll. If Clermont doesn't beat Celtic in January, should he be sacked? Okay, there we go. So new poll question, guys, for you to answer. Vote in that one instead, okay? Gathers says, as good as we were today, they were awful, but still won, and they will add in January. I said Clermont should get until the end of the season, which everyone had a go at me for. Remember, look, possibly, I think, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of people, I think, you know, saying this. There's a lot of people who are, you know, genuinely saying that he should be given at least until the end of the season now, and he should be given more windows. Who knows? Agreed. Clermont will be here next season, says Jim Cunningham. Stephen says someone has to be held responsible if VAR didn't review. I mean, yeah, it's a great question. You know, Dessa's leaving in January. Let's hope he does. Connection's atrocious. Sorry about that. Making Dessa's a fall guy is ridiculous. Raskin and Yilmaz made huge errors and wasn't to blame for the 4v1 chance. I mean, look, we're not making Dessa's a scapegoat here. We're just saying that I think there's people genuinely saying that it's appalling that a centre forward doesn't put his hand up to take a penalty. You know, and does that show a lack of bottle? When we went 3-2 down, thought the game was over, but we kept fighting. Respect that, but penalties are horrible, aren't they? Absolutely, 100% agree with you. I mean, yeah, I think honestly, when they scored and they went 3-2 up, my honest belief was that was it, game over. Genuinely thought it was game over, and for Danny to come on and Danny to score, I mean, massive positive for me, that one, massive. Yeah, even Tav played really well today. Massive respect to Tav for today. He did really well. Well done, James Tavernier. You did really well today. Gutted but proud of the lot of them. Gave everything. Tav got the monkey off his back, as in Maida. Hadji, total diehard. Honestly, cannot fault anyone, including Ridvan. Gutted for him. We are back. If Clermont can't beat them in January, then it's curtains for him, says Blue Nose John. I mean, I think that's a big one, especially as that game is at Ibrox. You know, because that game is at Ibrox, it's a game he's got to win. I agree. I must say, I agree with that point wholeheartedly. I wasn't behind Clement because of his lack of progress in decision making. However, that's been better recently. I think it has been better. It has been better. Tav can replace Dessers up front, let him go at ASAP. To most Lovelace deserves. I agree. I'd love to see Zach Lovelace get a chance to play. I think he's a top player. A top player. Michelle Jones, new name in the live chat. Welcome, Michelle. I think they had to play 90 to 30 minutes and the last kick of penalties to win. I'm proud of the whole team. They did well. I think that's the biggest thing, that we actually never gave up. We never gave up fighting, and that's a big one. We're going to talk about the players in a minute. Clement has to be sacked on Monday morning. A Rangers manager who constantly loses to Celtic gets the sack. Stop happy clapping, Owen. We gave them a game is not good enough. Fair enough. Get VAR to decided. Yeah, VAR should have done. VAR was awful. Same old though, mate. Michelle says Dessers can't take a penalty for the team. Shouldn't be playing for the team. Agreed. Spurs winning 5-0 last time I checked. Who were they playing today again? Someone shit, I think. Look, at the end of the day, guys, I'm struggling. I am really struggling to come up with your. Jamie, how you doing? Evening, Owen. Hi, all gutted, but we played better than I thought we would. Also, credit to Ridvan for stepping up ahead of more confident penalty takers. Feel for him. Absolutely. Dessers inside the penalty order, and I don't hear people criticising Barron for taking a penalty before Butland. Look, I mean, Stuart, he doesn't decide the penalty order, but the way it tends to work is you ask who fancies one. You know, that if you listen to managers talk, managers, it is down to them asking, who fancies one. It really is down to who fancies one, and you put your hand up for them. You really do it, and that's the big thing. That's the big thing. Right, let's have a quick look at. I want to go through the team from today's game. Okay, let's try and go through the team from today's game a little bit. The starting 11 today. I mean, I think it's pretty much as we expected. Let me just put my phone on silent because it keeps going up on my work every 5 minutes. So Butland, look, nothing. I thought Jack did okay today. He didn't really stand he didn't really stand a chance. Then in the penalties, he did all right today. Jack Butland, I thought he was quite good today. James Tavernier, I thought played really well today. Fully respect. Fully respect him today. He did a really good job today, so well done to James Tavernier. I thought Balogun was poor today. I didn't think Balogun was great today. Perhaps he's suffering from the fact that he wasn't really meant to play on Thursday. Had to play Thursday because of the injury to John Souttar. I mean, I think we missed John Souttar. I really think we missed John Souttar massively. Proper, I thought Proper was appalling today. I thought he was poor. I thought he looked slow. They targeted him. They went after him. They saw him as a weak link in the defence. They ran past him on a regular basis. I thought that Proper was very poor today. Really poor today. He really was not good at all. So, I did not like his performance at all. Let's have a look what else we've got in these comments. Tommy says, my Mrs. Jodie Barnsey is ill and had to watch Rangers lose today. Can you say get well soon, Barnsey, for my lady? She's depressed, bless her. Well, Barnsey, get well soon. Hope you feel good soon. Tommy's missus, hope you're feeling better soon. Take care of yourself. We are one Rangers family. We stick together. Get better soon. Anyone think that Proper's a bomb scare? I think he is. I mean, I'd be honest with you. I honestly think that Proper is worse than Ben Davis. I'd rather have Ben Davis back there. I really would. Agree, John. Should be giving him more time to lose more. Dessers can go pronto, says Stephen. No longer. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. We are now no longer the most successful team in football. They've won more trophies than we have. That in itself is a disgrace. Isn't it? It's well a disgrace. John Vieto says, true, mate. Give him more time till December and the cup final, and then give him till January. When is this crap going to stop? Keep losing to Celtic, you get the sack. I mean, that does seem to be it is a common feeling, isn't it, amongst Rangers fans, that if you can't beat Celtic, you are absolutely no use whatsoever. If Clement doesn't beat Celtic in January, should he be sacked? 47% say yes, 53% say no. Proper was quiet. He was poor. Can't get my head around our two defenders and goalkeeper taking a penalty. Wade Dessers was just standing there. Embarrassing. 36-year-old Leon was covering Tav's ass first half. No wonder he was blown in the second half. See his interview after the game. He couldn't stop smiling. Hopefully he will be gone in January, although Rangers played well today and were unlucky not to win, says Mark. Auto, count yourself lucky. You're not me, mate, as I'm the only bear in my family. The rest are the other lot, mate. I feel for you, Jiggy. I really, really do. Absolutely feel for you, 100%. Dessa's proper Dow 3 just to start with that need to be gone ASAP. I mean, yeah, I've got to say, I don't know what Dow does and brings to the team. I really don't. Let's have a quick look at the team, carrying through the team. I thought Kiefte wasn't great today. I thought Kuhn ran rings round him. I think he really did, embarrass him today. So I didn't think Kiefte played well today. I think that's one we can work on. I think Ridvan is a better defender. So I think for me, Ridvan has to come back into the team at left back. Dio, I thought was good today. I thought Dio played well today. He stepped up in the Old Firm game, something we haven't seen. Got his goal, was unlucky not to get a second one, other than a world-class save by Kasper Schmeichel. We're looking at Dio scoring 2 goals. Raskin, I thought, yes, Raskin let us down for the goal. I mean, at least one of the goals was partly Raskin's fault, but he was excellent throughout the game. He fought hard, he won his tackles, he got his recoveries. Overall, I thought he did well. I thought Hadji was quiet at times today. He didn't influence the game as much as I would have liked him to have done. I really don't. Bayrami, I thought played well at times. In flashes, in spells, he looked good. Cheney was poor today. I didn't think Cheney played well at all today. Igaman was good today. And Danilo, I thought, was very, very good when he came on as well. But, overall, it was a better performance against them, but it's still a defeat. And this is what's got me really confused. And this is why I kind of want your opinions tonight. Where are we as a fan base? Where are we on the whole Big Phil question? Yes, we have seen progress, but, we always said that it would very much depend on how we did today. Now, yes, we played better against them. Yes, we weren't smashed against them. But is that enough today? Is it enough? That's the question. Is what you've seen today enough to convince you that Clement needs more time? That's the big question for me. Bluebell says, a clear PC no longer trusts Dessers. The question is why he ever put his trust in him in the first place. I mean, I think that's a good point there, mate, because, the first striker change was Danilo. He didn't bring Dessers on until the... until the injury, until extra time. So yeah, for me, I think there is a realisation from Philippe Clement that Cyril Dessers is not a very good player. Really is the thing. I'm sick of losing on penalties, but that game was a watch. Sterling should have been on earlier, says Michelle. I agree, Sterling should have got on earlier, 100%. Europa League is not major European games. The only reason Clement hasn't been sacked is the compensation involved. Many managers with better records have been sacked. What happened to Dio when they scored the cutback? Cheney was poor. He was. Cheney ghosted. He didn't play well. Owen and Aldo, even my downstairs neighbours are supporters of the other side. I need to win the lottery. Poor you, mate. Was Dessers asked to take a penalty and bottled it? Does anyone know? I mean, we will never know. Will we? We'll never know on that one. Gave them a scare today. Definitely a pen. It had been up the other side. It would have been given different stuff. Absolutely. I honestly believe that if it had been the other way, it would have gone to VAR and it would have been given. Stop saying they were poor. We were just better. It was the same with Spurs. Outplayed them because they were poor. Fuck off. We were the better, plain and simple. I mean, we were better. I thought today overall. I mean, 100% better, the better team on the day. But at the end of the day, it's not the better team that always wins, and that's just life, isn't it? That's just life. One comment here from Bluebell says Raskin was by far the best player on that pitch today across both sides. I thought, yeah, I mean, look, he gave away the goal, granted, and I think he's unlucky. But, he was the best player. He's played well, and he's really stepped up and played an awful lot better, over the last few weeks. And he's really showing an improvement. We're starting to see the Raskin that we all thought, we all hoped that we'd see, aren't we? So that's a huge positive. John Vietto says, I'd rather have played bad and won, mate. So, I think we all would have done. I think we all would have. Look, at the end of the day, if you'd said to us, we're going to play shit for 90 minutes and scrape a 1-0, we all would have taken it. Brilliant point, Bluebells. It's too late in the season. Not in my opinion. Never fucking surrender. If we had been bad today, I would have said he would have had to go, but we weren't, and progress is being made. Gave them a scare today. It's a difficult one. This is why I'm trying to get your opinions today. It really is an interesting one. Clement said after the game, Dessers was up for pen number 6. Dessers was the only striker available for much of the season, so far now he's third choice. No doubt Peace will be around at 2 a.m. for a domestic lol. We played well today, but done by dodgy refs, and should have at least looked at a pen for Rangers. If it was the other way around, VAR would have been all over it. I mean, I honestly believe that was a pen. I honestly do believe. I mean, if you haven't seen it, if you've just joined the podcast, that is the decision. And like I said, you can clearly see, that his foot is on the line. That's the ironic thing here. That the guy's foot is on the damn line. It really is on the line, and it's a penalty by the letter of the law. And Celtic fans will come on and they'll say, "Oh, you're moaning, you're whinging, you're whatever." But because his foot is on the line, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Like I said, there is precedence for this. There was a penalty given in the English Premier League for that. It's a penalty. Blatant, 100%. All their goals were by our mistakes, by not marking, or just simple mistakes, as Ali Smith. Yeah, I mean, I think you look at the goals that we gave away today, and it was through poor decision making, poor defending, poor play, by certain individuals, and that's what let us down at the end of the day. And we've got to do that. You couldn't. I'll be honest with you, you can't. But Stephen, I honestly believe we needed to buy two better. We needed to buy better centre backs. We really did. We needed better centre backs. Proper for me was a panic buy. And Proper today was very, very poor. Very, very poor. Very poor indeed. Absolutely. Movie grown ups, his foot was on the line. Lol. Yeah, his foot was on the line, therefore it's a penalty by the rules of the law. There we go. Think the watch rest from Ben. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you look at that. Now, look, I mean, like I said, it is progress. We are seeing progress. But by that same token, we've still lost to Celtic. Yes, well, technically, okay, we didn't technically lose to Celtic. We drew. So it's such a difficult one. Like I said, I'm really sitting here, really... really confused as to what to think and what to feel about, that decision. I'm going to try and find the rules on this thing. Rules on the 18-yard line. Okay, so this is the rules, okay? This is the rules. Right, so let me just share this with you. Yes, it was a draw. Because in 90 minutes, it was a draw. You are clearly a fucking Tim and you are banned. Right, let's bring this comment up. Let's bring this comment up. Let me just show you this. Let me share this with you. Okay, let me share you with you. Here we go. Right, so this is the rules of the game. The rules are this. Okay, so it says fouls that are committed on the lines of the penalty area, excluding the D, are classed as penalty fouls, as the line forms part of the area. In the example of fouls being committed elsewhere on the pitch, free kicks are generally awarded, with the referee selecting between direct and indirect free kicks. So, by the rules of the law, and that is the law as it is spelt here, and this is the law of the game. So all the Celtic fans here that are saying that it's not a penalty, it's outside the box, blah blah blah, these are the actual black and white rules of football as made up by people who haven't got half a brain cell between them, like most Celtic fans. So therefore, under the rules of the game, that is a blatant penalty. Scott says, if the argument is we played poor but a bit sneak to win, Clement should get longer. This is what I'm trying to find out, mate. Owen, my thoughts on PC. Even I can say he's brought himself into the game at Ibrox. He absolutely must take momentum into that game and win, or he's done. Trying to change the rules when you lose a game makes you English. So, Tommy, that's the rules of the game as in how they're spelt out in the rule book, the refereeing rule book. So I'm not changing the rules. I'm actually reading the rules to you from the rule book, okay? Yeah. Celtic's opinion doesn't matter. They should go eat some potatoes, lol. Look, at the end of the day, look, I mean, Clement, I think, like I said, I am genuinely really confused tonight as to what is the best policy. You know, the poll that we're running, guys, the poll we've got going tonight. If Cameron doesn't beat Celtic in January, should he be sacked? 47% of you say yes, 54% of you saying no, he shouldn't. It's like I say, it's such a difficult decision to make because overall the performance was better. It was better, but we still didn't win the game. That's a massive thing. And you know, people have talked about progress, seeing a better level of performance from Rangers. And I think we have seen a better level of performance from Rangers. Of course we have, but we still didn't beat them. And that's kind of the drawback point there. He should be sacked now, says Elsie Patterson. Although it's against Dundee at Ibrox, that's the next game, isn't it? Yefte needs to stop doing what he's doing at times when he's going towards players and then losing it, says Ali. Yeah, I didn't think Yefte had a good game today at all. I thought Yefte was not particularly brilliant today at all. I thought he didn't perform very well at all. I thought he was poor. Really do think he was poor today. The performance was off, shall we say. Very much off today. I mean, going forward, I would say that, you know, that we should obviously start with Ridvan next time. I think we should. When was the last time Clement managing our team beat Celtic? He's never beaten Celtic, but we haven't won a game against Celtic since, well, the last meaningful game we won against Celtic was that semi-final. You know, was that semi-final in the Scottish Cup that we won 2-1. That was the last time we actually won a game that actually mattered. I don't include the Beale game, the 3-0 at Ibrox, because that game was largely a dead rubber. So, you know, last time we did beat them was obviously way back when Gio was in charge in that semi-final. And yes, his record was pretty poor. Better if it was a different changer altogether. Last 3 games have been like a different team. Players gave everything and came short. It's a shit feeling, but they couldn't do anything more. Clement should resign. We now need to go on a winning run and follow on fellow Bears and get past the sheep, rattle the bastards the next Old Firm games. Yeah, I think that is I mean, like I said, John, it does seem that there is very much a split in the fan base tonight. There is a lot of people saying that he deserves until the end of Jan. He deserves till the next Old Firm game. There's a lot of fans saying that he doesn't because, he's failed to beat them. So, you know, the test is, again, you know, he hasn't beaten them. We've again failed to beat them. Therefore, he needs to go. And that is the argument that is doing the back and forth between them at the moment. It really is. A manager who can't beat the other mob is no use to us, Owen. I mean, I agree. I agree with you, Blue Nose. I think, you know, we all know that, don't we? We know that if, you know, you can't beat Celtic, you know, that overall you've got to go. You've got to go. But I think, for me, you know, the league to me is done anyway. The league's over anyway. We're not going to win the league, okay? So realistically, our best chances of silverware this season are the Europa League and the Scottish FA Cup. Realistically, the Scottish Cup is probably more likely than the Europa League. I think the winner of the Europa League will be one of Lazio, Athletic Club or Ajax. But, you know, I think we'll have a decent run in that, don't get me wrong, because we're more suited to playing in Europe. But by that same token, I think therefore the Scottish Cup is we've got more chance of winning that. I think the league's over. I can't see them blowing 9 points or 11 points, whatever the hell it is now. So I think the league's done and dusted. So, I mean, do we just say he's got until January? Then if we lose, and then in January, if we lose to them, then I think, I'll be honest with you, if we lose to them at Ibrox in January, then he's got to go. There is literally no saving him at all. And he cannot save himself if we lose to them in Ibrox in January. Pens of a lottery just came up short thanks to the bottlers in our team. So proud of our team. This team will only get better. With January window, we will continue to add a few more. I think, John, it depends on what the budget is and have we got any money. That's going to be the big one. I think we ran out of legs towards the end and penalties are always a lottery. Today is a good sign, a sign of progress, but inevitably another loss. Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. I think, you know, like I said, this is the division that I'm really seeing between you guys in the live chat tonight, between looking at Twitter tonight, between looking at Instagram tonight. You know, it very much is a kind of a division. There's a Clermont out, Clermont in crowd, and it's a real big kind of divide between the two, isn't it? If they draw, we beat them at Ibrox. After today, I'm more confident. Then we'll be 6 points behind. You've got to give him one more shot the way we have been improving this month. We wanted to see improvement, where no point in sacking him now. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm actually looking forward to when we play now. Hopefully we have turned a corner, but time is running out for Clermont, so things better have changed for the better. Better sack him now. Earliest we get rid, the faster we get a decent manager in. I'll be honest with you, Joe. I think if we were to sack him tomorrow, then we don't get a new manager in. We get an interim until the end of the season, and then in the summer we appoint a new manager. Because for me, there's no point bringing in a manager halfway through a season, because it doesn't do him any good. It doesn't do the team any good. You're better off bringing him in at the start of pre-season so he can start to get his players in. He can start to work with the squad, and he can have an actual dedicated time to properly work with the squad, rather than a very disjointed time to work with the squad when you're playing 3 times a week. John says, I have a theory, Owen, that older fans who have seen the decades of success want him sacked, whereas younger fans who have never known a dominant Rangers will tend to say, give him more time. Who are we doing is that? Clement is too erratic with team selections and substitutions. I mean, his substitutions, Blue Nose, are very, very interesting and very, very weird. Very weird indeed. He does, I think, at times lack tactical astuteness and a tactical ability to change things. I really do feel that. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that one. Muscat, says Joe, bring in Muscat. I mean, he's available from December, isn't he? A couple of solid signings in January, and I believe we'll continue to see progress. We worked so hard and just came up short. And this is, like I said, it is very much a division of opinion tonight. You've got he's got to go. That's it. We've lost to Celtic. He's got to go tomorrow. And there's others that are saying we've seen progress. We're moving forward. There's a positivity in the squad now. There's progress there. He's got to stay. There is a massive division there. A massive, massive division. Look, guys, I think it is a confusing one. It really is a confusing one tonight. And I think, overall, I've got to say my overall feeling tonight is that I am absolutely gutted. I am absolutely gutted that we haven't won. I'm gutted that we've lost. I'm disappointed. Mega Diamond, Celtic fan, I come in peace. Rangers were the better team, in my opinion. Hadji coming back has totally changed. I think I've got to say I agree with that, Mega. Hadji has massively changed our team. Hadji has made us better because he's a fantastic playmaker. He's good on the ball. His distribution is good. He's a very, very good thing. Yeah, you can, Joe. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not going to shut down anyone tonight. I'm not going to shut down anyone's opinion. If your opinion is that you want Clement sacked, fine. Come on, justify it, talk it through. If you think Clement should be given more time, come on, talk it through, justify it. Like I said, I'm really kind of on the fence at the moment. I'm going to have to sit and think about this and really look at what I'm seeing and evidence-wise. I need to rewatch the game. I've got to rewatch the game. It is a game of opinions, Blue Nose. It is a game of opinions. Can't keep starting over again. If we do the rebuilding, we'll just carry on season to season, have to settle down eventually. He did, absolutely. Now, I honestly think with the number of yellow cards he gave out, Beaton did lose control of the game today. I thought he was appalling today. I thought he was genuinely poor today. And I've got to say, I agree with the point that Aldo made earlier in this live, that I do believe that we do need independent referees for Old Firm games, whether they come from Germany or Holland or they come from Switzerland or Italy, wherever. Other channels can't take any differing opinions, and you say something they don't agree with, you get banned. Ridiculous. Yeah, look, I'm here. As I've always said, John, and who was the other person that said it? Joe. This is we are one Rangers family. We are, we're here. Families disagree, families fall out, and I've always said it's about building a fan community here on this channel. And I do something different on some of my podcasts that other guys don't do. That I bring your comments up, I discuss your comments, I read your comments out, and I discuss them. Because to me, as I've always said to you, it's not about me just sitting here and talking at you for an hour. I mean, that's boring. If I sit here for an hour and talk at you, I probably turn off. But for me, your opinions are just as important as my opinions. Just because I've got an opinion, and it might be different to yours, your opinion is just as valid as my opinion. And I've always said that I want to build a fan community here, that I want to build one fan community where you have as much say as I do. I'm the lucky one who sits here with the camera, the microphone and the computer and talks and has the channel, the channel is doing really well thanks to your support. And I understand, I 100% get, without you I'd be absolutely nothing, and I'm so thankful for that. Most clubs are projects now. This Rangers isn't a project, is living in the past. You can't change a poorly run club overnight. Progress is being made. Changing manager could majorly disrupt that. I mean, that's a point that is coming across. We are seeing progress off the field now. We have a new chairman in Fraser Thornton. We have a new CEO in Patrick Stewart. So there is progress there. 100% agreed. Totally agree. Foreign refs for big games. I agree this. Yep. Ethan Lol. Rangers radio like their timeout bullshit. Same. So Kazi says, we'll get our prestige back. This should be the biggest wake-up call in 86 years. Time to lift it. Clement done well to get rid of most of the deadwood. Long overdue. He's building a brand new team. Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't, Megan, but it was burnt in one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, probably very true at that point. Right, guys, that is it for tonight. I've got to go off and pick my daughter up. We'll be back tomorrow with some more videos and some more lives. So look out for them. I'm going to schedule a couple of lives for tomorrow for you to come and join in as well. Thank you for watching tonight. Thank you so much. Yes, good Tommy Gun, they are the worst, 100%. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Guys, please, obviously, on the way out, smash the like, comment, sub, share, do all that phenomenal stuff. But always remember, we are one Rangers family. We may fall out, but we are the people.